Hello viewers, this is Radio Joe and Television and you're welcome to News Updates by Destiny Daniels. First on our list this morning we have NCDC confirms 2 cases of Omicron variant in Nigeria. Also we have federal government commences enforcement of mandatory vaccination for civil servants. And then we have on our list white paper, no arbitrary killings at Lekki toll gate, Lagos State government. Obaseki commissions new farm Fort Cashew processing facility in Edo State. Details of this and more when we come back from this short break.
It has its origin from the people of Ebonyi State, and
You're welcome back. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control on Wednesday morning confirmed the first case of the Omicron variant in the country. This was contained in a press release issued by the center and signed by the Director General, Dr. Ifedayo Adetifa. Radio Joe and Television reported that the Omicron variant, a new strain of coronavirus disease, was reported by South Africa and first detected in Botswana. Following the discovery, countries such as the United Kingdom, Saudi Arabia, Israel, among others, have placed travel bans on South African countries. Similarly, the government of Canada had also stated that it's discovered 2 cases of the variant from 2 passengers from Nigeria. The federal government, through the Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19, however, said that it was investigating the issue to get more details. However, the NCDC on Wednesday morning said 2 cases of the variant were discovered through genomic sequencing. It linked the cases to 2 passengers from South Africa. The statement reads in part, in line with the routine travel tests required of all international travelers, genomic sequencing at the Nigerian Center for Disease Control through its National Reference Laboratory Abuja confirms Nigeria's first case of the Omicron variant. Genomic sequencing of positive cases from routine day 2 testing for travelers to Nigeria identified 2 cases of Omicron variant among travelers from the South Africa who arrived in Nigeria last week. Retrospective sequencing of previously confirmed case among travelers to Nigeria also identified the Omicron variant among samples collected in October 2021. The SCDC, however, added that the 2 patients were asymptomatic and contact tracing had begun. In other news, federal government commences enforcement of mandatory vaccination for civil servants. The federal government has commenced the enforcement of mandatory vaccination for COVID-19 at the Federal Secretariat. As early as 7 a.m. on Wednesday, security men manned the main entrance to the federal government secretariat where they demanded either a vaccination card or evidence of negative PCR test before allowing the civil servant to enter the secretariat. Some of the unvaccinated civil servants, however, questioned the federal government decision, saying COVID-19 vaccination should not be made compulsory but a matter of choice. Others said they are willing to get vaccinated. However, a vaccination stand has been set up under a canopy close to the secretariat for those interested to take their vaccine. The Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 had earlier given a directive mandate to all federal civil servants to be vaccinated or present evidence of negative PCR test for COVID-19 effective from December 1st, 2021. Reports reaching us that white paper, no arbitrary killings at Lekki toll gate. Lagos State government yesterday rejected the reports of the Judicial Panel of Inquiry that there was a massacre in Lekki toll gate during the 2020 NSAS protest. To the government, the Justice Doris Kuobi-led Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry on restitution of victims of SARS-related abuses and other related matters failed to establish arbitrary and indiscriminate killing of protesters at the toll gate. According to the 36-page white paper released yesterday, the panel's findings are clear and manifestly not supported by the evidence before the JPI, as attested to by the JPI itself, when it said there was no contrary evidence to that of Prof. Obafunwa that only 1 person died at Lekki toll gate of gunshot wounds on 21st October 2020. Rejecting the recommendation, it said the state government is therefore unable to accept the finding that 9 people died of gunshot wound at LTG on 28th October 2020. The white paper added said it also follows that the irresistible conclusions to be drawn from the JPI acceptance of Professor Obafunwa's testimony that only one person died of gunshot wounds at LTG on 21st October 2020 contextual or otherwise. The findings of JPI that 9 people died at the LTG on 20th October 2020 from gunshot fired by the military are based on assumptions and speculations. The inconsistencies and contradictions of the entire JPI report concerning the number of persons who died at LTG on 20th of October 2020 and their cause of death render the JPI's findings and conclusion thereupon totally unreliable and therefore unacceptable. Out of the 32 recommendations made by the JPI in its report on the 15th of November 2021, the government accepted 11, rejected 1, and accepted 6 with modifications. 14 recommendations fall outside the power of Lagos State government and will be forwarded to the federal government for consideration. A member of the panel, Ebunolu Adegboruwa, SAN, told Radio Ojo last night that he could not comment on white paper because he had not seen it. We'll wait for them, he said. Besides, he said the chairman of the NSAS panel, Justice Okuwobi, retired, would provide further guidance to the members on the white paper when they receive it. According to the white paper, some recommendations cannot be accepted because of obvious inconsistencies and distortion. In business news, Obaseki commissions new Farmfort cashew processing facility in Edo State. Farmfort Agro and Allied Solutions Limited had unveiled a new cashew processing facility in Benin City, Edo State. The facility was commissioned by the governor of Edo State, His Excellency Godwin Obaseki, on Saturday, November 27, 2021, in the presence of Senator Matthew Orogide and other distinguished guests. This is a major milestone in line with Farmfort's commitment to consistently ensure market access for over 112,000 smallholder farmers within the agricultural value chain. The processing facility is equipped with the state-of-art machinery that has a production capacity of 24 MT per day that will provide jobs and enterprise opportunities for the youth and people of Edo State. Speaking on the acquisition, Osazuwa Osayi, Farmfort's co-chief executive officer, said this new processing facility is in line with our long-term commitment to continuously create sustainable outcomes in the agri-value chain. We believe that this facility will enable us to increase cashew nut processing capacity and export less raw commodity, thereby increasing Nigeria's access to the global market. The executive governor of Edo State, Governor Godwin Obaseki, stated that the government will continue to support the private sector to enable them create more job opportunities, expand into new markets, and reduce risk. The new facility, Farmfort, is adding value and encouraging farmers to increase the harvest of cashew nuts and fruits, enabling Edo State to become the #1 cashew producer in Nigeria. This is what we have so far. I remain Destiny Daniels, and yes, from Radio Ojo and Television, we are wishing you a happy new month and a prosperous Christmas and New Year celebration in advance.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, click on the bell notification icon, follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and we promise to hit you with the latest of news, gist and entertainment. Remember, it's Radio Ojo and online TV. Stay safe.